Hey YouTube, this is Warren Marshall, and yeah, we're back with another Sunday Funday. So the big question for this week is it important? Now, if you can't define what is most important to you, then everything is equal. So it doesn't matter what you work on or what you agree to. Or to put this another way, if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which direction you start walking in. Yeah, that's how some people move through their careers. They drift, they succeed by accident. You know what I mean. Raises happen to them, promotions are given to them, but it's all a function of how long they've been at the job, not necessarily based on their performance or their goals. So eventually they get promoted to a point where going higher is not really possible through drifting, and they get stuck there for 20 years, unsure what to do. And this is where I find it's important to have your priorities defined and your lens clean. Yeah, I know the lens thing's a little weird. So what does that mean? Well, it starts with figuring out in a very open and honest way what is most important to you. Not what you think should be important, not what other people tell you is important, but what is important. The important things to you are things that add to your personal happiness or move you closer to specific goals that you've defined. These are the things that you will find time for regardless of what's going on in your life. So for an example, let's suppose you like to run, because it makes you feel good, you love the endorphin rush, and it gives you a clear-headed time to think about things. It's a part of you. You will find time to run during the day because it's important to you. Conversely, if you run because you've been told it's good for you and because you're forcing yourself to exercise and because you want to drop a couple of pounds in some vaguely defined goal you have in your head, you won't find time to run. And you'll use any excuse, no matter how flimsy, to skip it. Why? Because it's not important to you. Not really important. Not in that way you feel it down in your bones and in your soul. And that's how it applies to business as well. If you know the things that are important to you, you can use those things as a filter or a lens against which you can filter every decision you face during the day. So if someone asks you to do something or be a part of something or change something, it takes, milliseconds to run it through your internal filter and know if you should take it on or not, to know whether you should say yes or no to it. Simply put, if you say yes to this thing, is it going to move you closer to the stuff you have defined as important or farther away? If it won't move you ahead towards the areas that are important to you, say no. Say it nicely, but say it. The person asking for your time may get upset, but they will ultimately find someone else to do it, or they'll just get it done themselves. It will be okay. So don't distract yourself with other people's work if it doesn't align with what you have defined as important. Now, obviously, you can't always make this happen. Sometimes your lead needs you to do something, and saying no may have bad side effects, but use your best judgment. Each time you are approached and asked to give up some portion of your time and attention and day, filter it against your lens. You'll be surprised how often you'll say no and how often the other person will be okay with that. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.